In one animal kingdom, the elephant was the leader. Over time, other animals complained that the elephant, its family and supporters were dominating and excluding others from the places with the most green, nutritious grass and shrubs. The rest of the animals were starving on dry, denuded wasteland, which the elephant had become insensitive to. After much suffering and soul-searching, the hare added a twist to the debate by reminding the other animals that the elephant was not oppressing others due to its size, it was due to perceived might. Otherwise, it were the animals that voted him and could vote him out. Like the animals, human beings have had choices in their lives. For example, when Pontius Pilate asked, "Jews, do you want Jesus or Barnabas freed?" the question could have been framed to Levith. "Do you want me to release this one who saves you, cures you of maladies, feeds you, the one who talks to you about love and generosity, or do you want me to release this other one, who waylays the attacks and robs you? Democracy, or is it mobocracy?" Hysterically answered back, "We want you to release Barnabas, our robber." They went on to urge him, "Crucify Jesus." In 1920, a Kenyan was jailed for forging a check and stealing money from a bank where he was employed. When he, Harry Thuku, came from prison, he went on to be given a position in the Kenya African Union, KAU, and the Kikuyu Central Association, Young Kikuyu Association, as well as other organizations, as a hero. When independence came in 1963, Harry Thuku did not even go to the celebrations to witness Jomo Kenyatta taking over the reins of power from the British. Thuku went down to his coffee farm many kilometers from Uhuru Gardens, the venue of celebrations, to weed coffee bushes. Why? Because he always considered himself to be the kingpin of Kikuyu, a position Kenyatta had by implication assumed, but the people who put him in KAU, KCA, had perceived him as a nationalist, leave alone the kingpin of the Kikuyu. Kenyans had preferred him for the seats over his contemporaries like Buta, Bildad Kajia, or even Jaramogi Odinga. Had they been asked, "Do you want Kajia, Odinga, Buta, or Thuku?" they would have roared back, "Give us Thuku, our check forgerer." Like Jews who had a choice of Jesus or Barnabas, Kenyans in the young nation had a choice which they would have based on patriotism, honesty, and commitment to public interest of the person they chose, instead of hysteria and baseless perceptions. No one is here to say that anybody was better than the other. That is not the point. Nor is anybody interested in discrediting Thuku. The point is that leaders come from among us because people choose them, supposedly from a point of knowledge of what they stand for. The choices they make is the people's choice. Many times they live with the pain of the choices made. The Independent Electoral Boundaries Commission, IEBC, will ask, "Do you want the one who steals, kills, and never cares about you? Or this poor one who has never stolen, never killed anyone, and who cares about you?" The question could also be framed, "Do you want a thug, or this honest man or woman?" They will say, "We want this thug, our thug. Here's our blood." And the IEBC has no choice but to give them a thug as an MCA, governor, MP, or woman representative. Days will pass and complaints begin to emerge. Failed systems, dysfunctional hospitals, and insecurity, corruption, and poverty. People will say they are victims of leaders who loot their tax money and have abandoned them. If Barnabas went back to his job of waylaying and robbing the people would have said they were victims of Barnabas and his gang. The question does not always come up. Who brought Barnabas in our midst and on the roads? The story of responsibility, decisions, and their consequences is forgotten, but the stories of victimhood highlighted. Sadly, like the animals in the kingdom or the Jews fighting Jesus, voters in Kenya want to be seen as humble, hapless, innocent victims who should be rescued. Really? Are we really helpless? It is time to shed victim mentality, as Ibrahim Traoré, the president of Burkina Faso, has shown. Yes, we are human with frailties, and we have previously made foolish and hysterical decisions which we regretted later. But we need not stay there and mourn. We need to rise up, dust ourselves, and continue in the journey in a world which is increasingly tired and intolerant of songs of victimhood. Africans need to rise up, first at the ward level, to be counted as partners with other actors, not victims seeking pity and charity. As Kenya goes to vote in August 2027, the IEBC will ask them, do you want honesty, diligence, commitment to public service for a change, or selfishness and corruption? What will you say? What will you choose? Jesus or Barnabas?